A few minutes later.
Stop! Don't.
Starting an OnlyFans was a spur-of-the-moment decision I made. I was unemployed, drowning in debt. This is why I cared for the money so much that I was ready to do anything for it.
Jesus.
It was Friday night. I had put on a cute costume and was all set to go.
Yo, the people that be willing to do anything for money, those are the ones you need to stay away from. Freak asses.
Live with my OnlyFans. Suddenly, I got a DM from a client.
Respond if you want a quick $1,000.
Lucifer333. I clicked on the profile. Just a username I didn't recognize. No picture, no details. And I couldn't remember if I had interacted with him before.